This is a bait bag review video. So, like most of you, I'm pretty finicky about how my tackle is organized. So, it might not look like it from these bags, but I like to keep my stuff pretty organized so that I can grab stuff, go quickly, and be on the water and fishing as soon as possible. So, what I've been using a lot lately are these bait bags. You know, I'm sure a lot of you have these. Different brands make them. You know, some brands collaborate with brands, and I've been using them quite a bit to store stuff so that everything's packaged together. For example, this Bass Mafia bag here, I use it for all my panfish and trout stuff. So I got everything you need in here. I got sinkers, kits, soft plastic, little things like that. So what I've found is that these bait bags are starting to be made by a ton of tackle companies. Sense has this, and they have a bunch of other ones. Monsterbass has it now as well. The first ones that I ever saw were the Bass Mafia bags, right? And in the past, people have used, you know, standard gallon Ziploc bags, which is great, but and I did that too for a while. But what I found was the bags ripping too easily. Like, I like to be able to unzip these, take what I need, zip it back up, and shove it in my backpack or my tackle bag, whatever I have with me, or just throw it in the back of the car. And when you're so rough with those gallon bags, they tend to rip very quickly. These type of bags are a little bit tougher. Now, when you start getting into each maker, the ones that I have at least, there are some significant differences between each brand. And I'm just going to go through a few of my pros for each one and cons for each one. So we'll start with 6 Sense. I like this bag quite a bit. It's durable, and I find that the more you use it, the softer it gets. But when you first get it, it's very, very stiff and does not have that much stretch. I live in a place where it gets below freezing, and when you get plastic that has very little stretch, they tend to rip. The thing that I like the most is 6 Sense has a bunch of different ones that come in different colorways. So if you want to organize yours by color type as well, you can. This one has that camo on it. I love the zipper pull right here. This makes it so much easier to grab and unzip, which is great. And it makes it super quick and easy to close. Right now, this is kind of like my go bag. It's got a little bit of everything in here. Got Ned rig stuff, swim baits, stick worms, craws, things like that. So it's got a little bit of everything. And as you can see, it's got quite a bit. But because it doesn't have that much stretch, you can't overpack it. For the most part, it's been a solid bag. But that ability to get things in and out, for me, is important. So you can't really overstuff it. So that's the 6 Sense one. Pretty cool. Monsterbass. So Monsterbass is probably one of my favorite bags, and just because the size is so perfect for the way that I fish off the bank a lot. Now, I don't know if this is the same for the 6 Sense bag, but the Monsterbass bag does have the label right here. You can tell that I wrote on it and that I tried to take it off, and it stayed for some reason. I used acetone, tried to get rid of it. Didn't work. This one right now just has a few shaky worms in it, and that's kind of what this bag is for. If I want to, if I need to get some shaky worms, I pull it off from the shelf that I have, take them out, put them in my go bag for the day, and we're good to go. I have a couple of these. The biggest win, and why this is one of my favorite bags besides the size, is that if you're a Monsterbass subscriber for their regional box, they don't do a box anymore. They do a bag. And this comes basically free in there. So if you're in the market for getting some of these bags and you're already doing a subscription box, I recommend you switch just to get a couple bags in, because the lures are usually pretty good. And if it comes in a bag, you basically get a free bag to store things in, which is great, because I cannot tell you how many boxes I just toss out from getting the monthly subscriptions. I do know that they're testing out other bag types. So I didn't get this month. I didn't get the month of April, but the month of April, supposedly the bags are a little bit thinner, a little bit more rubbery. But I haven't had an issue with this one itself. Now, I don't find myself struggling for size with this one, which is great, because usually when I'm going out for a day, I don't really have that much to take with me. So I can fit everything that's in the 6 Sense bag plus a little bit extra and not struggle to get the size. So that's probably one of my favorite things about this bag is, one, if you're already a subscriber for the Monsterbass regional subscription, you basically get one for free. And then it's got a little bit more size, and I can feel like I can get things in and out of here pretty quickly and easily. Next one up, Bass Mafia. This was one of the first ones that I came across, and I like these bags because, one, just like the other ones, they have the zipper, they have the durable plastic, but they have the zipper, the seal enclosure here, like the Ziploc, which essentially makes them waterproof. Close that up, boom. Nothing's gonna get in there for the most part. If you dunk this in the water, this one will relatively be fine. The other ones will not. I'm pretty sure water will seep in because it's just a zipper. Now, Bass Mafia, their money bags come in a few different sizes, which I do like. So far, I've only had this size, and I do have another one, which is the Guggen Squad Bass Mafia collaboration money bag. It's basically the same thing as the Bass Mafia one. These just happen to be around as I was purchasing them. The one thing that I do like that Bass Mafia does that the other ones don't is they have these little pockets. They have this specific one. I forget the name of it, but it's got pockets in here. I have jig heads in this one. I have some other jig heads in that one. And they do have a specific crappie one that has, they call it the 4-banger, that has 4 pockets, so you can have other things built into it or stuffed in there separate. So I could just lift this thing open the seal, open the pocket, and boom, have those that I need right away. Put them back and are able to grab it. The only drawback is the size is kind of an issue for me, only because I fish out of a backpack. Generally, when I'm sticking it in there, I have to make sure everything is down. I have to roll it up, fold it, put it in my backpack. I can't just like stick it in, pull it out like I do the Monsterbass one or the 6 Sense one. Now, like I said, they do have other sizes. They have smaller sizes. Every time I tried to get one, it's been sold out. So I can't really compare the size, but I do know that they are smaller than the other two. So if I had to pick a favorite between all these bags, I'd have to say it's a tie between the Monsterbass and the Bass Mafia. This one's basically free if you're a subscriber to their to the Monsterbass subscription. You can't beat free. So that kind of puts it way up there for me. And the reason why I like the Bass Mafia bag one is because they have different types of bags, which is awesome. So if you want some additional pockets, you can have those additional pockets. But also, they are durable, so durable. This bag here specifically, you can tell it's like faded. It's got some little like marks in it, things like that. It's super durable. I've had this thing for a few months now, almost like since October or November. No, way before that, actually, since like July. And I've taken it with me on countless trips, tossed it on the ground, thrown it. I've actually dunked this in the water and thrown it in the back of my car, everything, you know, used it as you should, you know, just kind of loading things in, throwing it around, overstuffing it, understuffing it, you know, and it's held up pretty well. The zipper still works, which is great. The seal also takes a little lining up, but it does work. It's great also. You can hear it working, so I can unzip it. Boom. Look at that. Like, I'm not pulling on it too hard, but it's still pretty sealed up after a few months of me using it, and then, you know, give it a little extra force and it opens up. So this thing has been through quite a bit and has held up really, really well. In terms of durability and quality, I think the Bass Mafia one has it beat. And I don't feel like the plastic is too thin or too thick, and it's got a good amount of stretch. So what about you guys? Do you use bait bags? Which ones are you using? What do you use them for? Which ones are your favorite? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.